he just wanted to know what the rainbow hair is about. Cause if it was on, you know what I'm saying? If it had something to do with the LGBT, that don't mix within the street shit.
Yeah.
It don't mix within the blood and the crippin', the hustling, the Latin Kings, the Sereno. It don't supposed to mix within, you know what I'm saying, the traditional. And this generation, I don't know. And I don't want to put that on nobody. And it'd be sad like when like these people, they play an image and they get exposed. You know what I'm saying? And they had these rags or something attached to that shit be like, nah, bro, like the integrity of this street shit, what it stood for. So when this internet shit came in and all this and man, people getting too freaky on OnlyFans and like, man,
yeah.
Chase your hustle if that's your hustle. Don't ever just do something for $1 if that's not you.
Told you we was giving you the okay back today to make a way. He gon' die today, nobody still.
All right, we got Dollaz in the building. What's going on, bro?
You already know, man. Just catching flights, living life.
Yeah, for sure. How's I mean, I know we talked about it a little bit. How's OKC been treating you?
I got here Wednesday. Today, Saturday, or what is one of these days? Shit, man, I've been working, but you know, work and the entertainment, shit, if you have emotion, that should be fun.
I mean, this is the first time we've sat down, so I want to kind of, you know, go through it and tell a little bit of the whole story.
Okay.
So kind of let them know, you know, if they're not familiar, where you're from. And
I'm from Bellflower, California. I didn't you know, I done moved around a lot of my life too. I done lived in Compton. I done lived in Long Beach. I done lived in Vegas. I done lived in Lancaster before, but I spent the majority of my years in Bellflower, California.
What's Bellflower like? Cause I heard
it's LA County, but it's not considered like LA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like LA is South Central, the East Side, West LA, shit like that. South Central. You know what I'm saying? Like Watts, like that's considered LA, but Watts niggas still is they from Watts.
For sure, yeah, no. I mean, I never heard of it until
like growing up in Bellflower. It was different because I lived on like a street where like the drug shit was like really prevalent. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I fell into that shit like at 13 years old, like curb surfing. Like I come from that era, like running up to cars. You know what I'm saying? Hopping in the cars and shit with smokers and shit like that.
For sure. So you got into that kind of at an early age, I guess?
Yep.
What pushed you to that?
Because I wanted to be fly. And my mama was a single parent. You know what I'm saying? And one day she turned me down to give me some money for some Jordans because she was pregnant with my little brother Jeremy at that time. He was in her stomach.
Gotcha. So you just figured you had to go out and get it yourself?
Yeah, I used to ask my one of my homies from my set. I used to ask him for a quarter every day for a Little Debbie's brownie, and I used to always ask the homie. And one day he told me, he was like, "You from the set, and like this lur's like nigga, you need to get a hustle." And I was like, "How I do that?" And he was like, "I'm gonna loan you $20." He gave me something to double my $20. And he said, once you got 40, just give me that and we're gonna do it again. And that was the start of it. And that was just selling like regular like Mexican brick weed and shit as a kid. You know what I'm saying? I started selling crack at like 16. You know what I'm saying?
Got all the way deep into it.
Yeah. Yeah.
For sure. You feel like that? I'm always curious. I feel like some people relay that to business really well, you know what I mean? Being in the streets.
It did.
Kind of talk about that and, you know, you feel like that set you up good?
It's structuring like what you're doing. It show you how to save your money. Like if you really want something, you have to have some kind of structure. So when you hustling, you can't fuck off your re-up on getting fly. You just can't get fly overnight. Like even though like it might look like that, like niggas get fly, they get big jewelry from being in the streets or even being in the music shit. Like that's why I feel like it relays over. Like if you consistent in like anything you do and you good, eventually something's gonna happen for you. You know what I'm saying? Like if everybody know that you got the best dope, they coming from over here, they coming from over here to come spin with you. You know what I'm saying? So like that's like how you kind of like relay it to this shit too.
For sure. So I know you got into music kind of around the same age, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that something that, I mean, you were always into, or what got you?
And that's one of the things too. I was recording on a karaoke machine.
Okay.
And I wanted to step it up, so like the next step was really going to the studio, and it was a studio in my hood off of Laundry and Eucalyptus. It was a studio. So I think at that time it was like $20 an hour. And that was a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? That was a lot of money like for like basically like a kid.
Yeah.
But we got to that point going to the studio, but I'm gonna backtrack a little bit. It's a college in the city of Long Beach called Long Beach City College, and they have a music program. And one of my homeboys from my hood, he was going up there, and his partner brought me to the studio, and that was the first time I ever like recorded a real song. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. What age was that?
14.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And then you got into kind of rapping with your homies and.
Yeah, I started rapping because once we had the studio in the hood, like we didn't have to leave no more. It was there.
Yeah.
You know, then you know, just from that point you graduate, do different shit. I rapped with a lot of people, so like I used to go to like a lot of different neighborhoods in LA, Compton, everywhere. You going to everybody's studio, cause like this is what the grind is about. You going everywhere. You meet everybody from all different sets. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how this shit go. It's like it's still school in a way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Is there any is there any like notable artists from your, section area, or before you, that you were looking up to? Or, like I said,
like my homeboy
Lebo
Lebo from my neighborhood, he was signed to Sony Urban, Big Egos with Mike Lynn. And Mike Lynn over there at that time, they had Glasses Malone. That's when Glasses Malone had the song Certified with Akon and all that shit. That was through like Sony Urban. But it folded, like in Mike Lynn, he was the A&R at Aftermath. Then he got his own label and shit. You know what I'm saying? He one of the dudes that discovered game.
Okay.
Yeah.
For sure. And I guess, like you said, being around LA, you're gonna meet people in the industry and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah, like Goldie Loc was one of the first people that ever gave us a feature. You know what I'm saying? Goldie Loc. He was one of the dudes that I was in a group called the LERs, and within our group, Bellflower is so close to Long Beach, like so like that's how it kind of happened. But my homie Lebo, who had to deal with Sony Urban, he was in the streets, so that's how he met Goldie. You know what I'm saying? But shit, when that music shit got to popping, and you good at what you do, if the right person hear you, like they gonna give you a shot. Like he was around the whole time, like when the East Siders was doing their shit, so.
Facts, for sure. That you said the LERs, that's different from the Vietnam group that you were in? That was earlier, right?
Yeah, Vietnam is when I was in high school.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm saying? And that stood for Victory is Everything to Niggas on My Side. That was the Vietnam clique. But like, yeah, I had a rapper called Pretty Ricky, was one of the rappers. My homie Sir T, my homie Sneak. We had a female singer named Janisha. Who else was a part of Vietnam? It was quite a few people. But like, yeah, we used to move around and rap battle when we was in high school and shit like that. Like I've been organized since high school. Like that's what I did. Like I always would organize the rap shit and just different things,
For sure. So kind of getting into that, you're very multifaceted, you know what I mean? You produce and engineer, and where did that come from? Just kind of
Because you don't want to wait on people. Like it get to a point where you don't want to wait on nobody, and it ain't no disrespect to nobody, but if you serve a purpose and if you moving at a certain pace, if somebody gonna keep up, are you gonna keep dealing with the person who can't keep up? You gotta move how you have to move. So Goldie Loc brother taught me how to engineer. Like one night we was at Goldie Loc house. He had a studio called the Loc Ranch. It was out the way, like what is that? San Bernardino County area, like out that way, Antelope Valley area, whatever. So we out there, we at the Loc Ranch, and when Goldie recording, Nigga gonna record all night. You hoping to get on the song. You hoping. But they partying, you know what I'm saying? It's bitches, it's going up. I'm telling you, like, them was like great times, like great memories. Then when he fell asleep, it's probably 3 a.m. The studio, just empty. I want to record. I'm still up. Cause I'm like, hey, you know who know how to work the studio? And his brother like, oh, I do. I'm like, man, just show me, like 30 minutes and I probably can catch on.
Yeah.
I caught on in 15 minutes and I recorded 10 songs, probably like until 1 p.m. when they woke up the next day. I had to get off. I had to get off. It was Goldie time again.
For sure. So I mean, how did you started engineering for other people at that point, or it was just kind of natural to me?
My homeboy Lebo, back to the homie Lebo, he had the studio equipment and it was just sitting up. You know what I'm saying? And once I learned how to do it right there, I was able to take that game and take it back with me to the homie house where the equipment was, and I started recording right there. And I started recording all our own shit. I went through a lot of shit. I lost a lot of music. I lost probably like one time, I lost like 3 albums worth of music and I was sick.
Yeah.
I never wanted to rap again ever in life. It was over for me at that point. It was over. I was sick.
For sure. I mean,
I felt like that for 2 months, then I started right back.
Definitely. I mean, when you got a passion for it, even, now doing everything you got going on, it's,
yeah.
You're going to still always want to.
It's like getting to this point, like I never knew that I was going to be involved with being a manager, running the label. I just thought of rap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But rap led to everything else, and it's still leading to everything else.
For sure. So I know you talked about kind of the situation with, I've heard you explain how you kind of became Slim's manager, already knowing him and everything, but how did you guys get linked up in the first place?
The homie Lebo.
Okay. Shout out to Lebo.
Yeah, he definitely. His brother is TK, and TK is from Bompton Treetop. That's where he's from. He's from over there, that area. It's Compton, but if you talk to them, and that's how they talk. That's where they're from, and that was the connection. They was having a function at a park out the way, and I put because I guess Slim had came to Lebo and he was like, hey, help me, because the homie was in the music industry. He had a record deal, but they didn't know how to market this shit, so the project got shelved, but he still was in the music game. He was a person who we looked to. So he was like, my homie Mud do that shit every day. Like, I really don't have no time right now. I'm gonna introduce you to Mud. So we went up to the park that day, and I just remember like meeting Slim, and everywhere he said was Blood, Treetop, Bompton, Blood, Pyru. I was like, damn, how the hell is we about to do this? But we about to do it.
Yeah.
Cause the homie introduced me to you, and y'all like family, like, nigga, we about to do it. And from that day, I was with him every day. And that was probably 13 years ago.
Yeah, for sure.
I was with him at least probably 75% of the year, every year.
Just like y'all hit it off immediately?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, we both did this music shit, and we both had dreams like to be the best at this shit. We was chasing, we had a common goal, and was on some young nigga shit. Like I'm years older than Slim, but I was focused and he was very focused, and we started doing it. No homo with that word, but we started handling our business, hitting these studios and shit. We was going to studios, it was $15 an hour. It would be a fucking big ass dog in that motherfucker barking and shit. The owner have to tell his dog to shut up. If Slim say a word the wrong way, the dog is, arr! I'm like, damn, we gotta do this verse over again. It was, we came from, real humble beginnings, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, really going at this shit. For things to like transpire and always to be the underdog and to have like things happen how like it happened, it's like, was just like getting to like certain points, you know what I'm saying? Like that was like one of the last conversations with him, cause he was tired of the industry shit. But I would always tell him, you didn't come from no industry beginnings, so they can't blackball the streets, bro. And we got millionaire partners that fuck with us. If what the nigga did the Sugar Free said or E40 hang around 9 rich niggas, you be the 10th. You hang around 9 broke motherfuckers, you gonna be the 10th too. You know what I'm saying? So shit, having 3 or 4 millionaires, you know, like that's great beginnings for where we was moving, like with our IceWata brand. You know what I'm saying? Like and where we was taking it.
For sure. So like I said, I mean, I know you explained it a lot as far as you felt like the business end for Slim wasn't right, and you could kind of you know.
Yeah, I stepped in because there was a few projects being worked on, and he didn't get on them projects. So I just told him, I was like, maybe just how this shit go, you might not be at the level that, you know, like the industry standards where they want you to be at for, like, you know, industry for labels to really to put that bag behind you. So shit, it's like a trainer. Like I'm gonna get you in shape with this shit so we can get what we want. And one of them first people like to really like invest, it was Ghazi from Empire. Like, you know what I'm saying? He didn't do it hands-on at the beginning, but he did take a chance. Like we invested, I mean, like we negotiated the motherfucking terms. We was on stage, it was the Fuck Donald Trump tour. We was on stage and negotiating the terms. Slim was doing bruising, the crowd went crazy. We had our own merch on that tour, and he had his own set. So when he did bruising and it went crazy, and his merch was selling like the second most, and it was Kamaya on that tour. It was Kamaya, Sad Boy Loco, YG, and Slim. And Slim's YG was selling the most, then it was Slim's. You know what I'm saying? And we was pressing up our own shit. We was doing Faux Block at that time. Then everybody couldn't be from Faux Block, because like Faux Block is like some treetop spruce terms, you know, hood shit.
Yeah. So
he was like, what you think we should call a label? I was like, well, you was on tour, you was always saying IceWata. Because if somebody be like, oh, something, and instead of him saying, oh, nigga, I'm cool on you, I'm cool, whatever, he was like, IceWata. So I was like, we should call it IceWata. He was like, IceWata? I was like, IceWata. I said, everybody love IceWata. IceWata gonna be here from the end of time. It's gonna be here. So we IceWata.
Thanks, for sure. I'm real curious about the you being comfortable to be like, everybody wants to be the star, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But for you to be like, okay, I see something in bro, and I think I can help him being behind the scenes of it. Yeah. That's something, you know, not a lot of people, I mean, we talk about that all the time, especially Oklahoma. It's for sure not a lot of, enough people that will do that type of thing. So just kind of explain why you felt like that was the best move.
Because I think it goes back to when I was in high school, I was organizing the shit, you know? And I was good at it. I had a niche at putting together, okay, this is the time we're gonna meet up at Pretty Ricky house. We're gonna practice our raps up over here this time, then we're gonna do this battle this day. If we go talk to this person at this store, we're gonna see if they can help us buy shirts so we can all wear these shirts to whatever, you know. So I was doing that. Slim just had a certain hunger about him. He wanted that shit. Like, he really wanted the shit. Like, there's a lot of people that talk about it, and even if they ain't the best, people can talk about your shit, but he got to that point where, yeah, motherfuckers will talk shit, but he didn't let that stop him. Like, he kept persevering. Then, like, we did, like, certain projects, like the Shake Back album after he got hit the second time. Shit, it was a classic project. It was a big project. I just wish we would have had, like, a better marketing budget, because that was a classic project. Then we did the Bompton album after that. I was like, man, we go, you know, because we would get into it, like, because I wasn't never a yes man about this shit. So I was like, man, we going to do the Bompton album. It's going to be a classic. I'm gone. You know, I would get mad at him. I was like my little brother. I would be mad and shit. You know, we would go at it. Because I can't just be like, yeah, I like everything you do. If, you know.
But that's important, too, to not be, you know.
But, yeah, sir, at a point, you don't want to hear it. Like, sometimes you don't want to hear it. And I get it, but then, like, I don't get it. Like in that same point, but you know what I'm saying? Like, you need people to tell you the real. Like, so I have certain people that tell me, nah, Mud, nah, that ain't the thing to do. That, you know what I'm saying? They give their input. If they don't know shit about shit, I might not take their input. But if they got a good point, I will take their input. You don't got to go to school for it to have like some knowledge about self or life, you know?
For sure. You know, that's. Was that hard on you to kind of? Obviously, you know, you're rapping and to kind of put that on the back burner and.
Nah, cause I was telling the homies earlier, I was like, if you're an artist, you gonna paint, you gonna do your shit. Everybody ain't gonna see your canvas all the time, but you still gonna be painting and shit. Like, I had started doing a thing maybe 5 years ago. Every time when it's my album, I drop a project on my album, on the day of my birthday, I mean. And shit, that's what I've been doing. That's when I paint once a year. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let everybody see my paintings.
For sure. So let's kind of talk about, you know, where we're at, you know, today as far as carrying on the name and, you know, continuing to grow the IceWata brand. I feel like that couldn't have been, it would have been easy for you to be like, you know, damn, like, you know.
Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
Was that a thought at some point?
This shit crazy. Yeah, that was a thought. I was like, man, I don't want to be around this street shit and these niggas acting like this. And I was, you know, it's like you get to blaming yourself because you feel like if you was there, things could have been different and just all that shit. But people can't control where their mama raised them, what she could afford.
Mm-hmm.
Where she could afford to raise them. They can't control who they love and where their friends live, especially being from our community. So I felt a certain way, but I was like, man, so I might be missing out on a great, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I was like, yeah, we're gonna rebrand this IceWata shit. We're gonna take it to another level. I'm gonna keep doing my big cloud shit, doing shows, and I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna do some different shit. I'm gonna bring a whole new roster, younger artists, you know what I'm saying? I still fuck with the artists that's been fucking with IceWata. If they fuck with IceWata, they know who they is. I ain't got a name drop nobody, but yeah.
Facts.
That's what we doing.
So kind of touching on what you said, I mean, I feel like recently, you know, the last few months, few years, really, It's been a lot of discussion about, you know, how dangerous it is to be a rapper.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, would you have any advice on, you know, somebody that's trying to balance? Because like you said, you can't control, you know, where you come from and what you do, but when you get to a certain point, you gotta.
Don't do that drill shit. Don't be talking about niggas and shit. And y'all know y'all live in a fucking town where it's only one fucking McDonald's. It's only one Walmart. Why you talking about a nigga that you know you gonna run into? And he talking about doing some shit too. So somebody gonna have to call somebody bluff. And it's gonna fuck it up. You gonna be idolized in your town of 50,000 people and only maybe 2% listen to your shit. It might care about you for 2-3 years after your death. Don't do it. Focus on, you know what I'm saying, making some music where the city gonna fuck with you. Everybody ain't gonna like what you do, but do it genuinely and shit. Don't do it when you know you ain't like that.
Facts, for sure. So I wanted to talk about the Hol'Upppp Forever project that dropped, I guess, like 6 months ago at this point.
Yeah.
Talk about just kind of putting that all together. I'm sure that was hard to do as well, you know.
Yeah, like hearing his voice,
Yeah.
hearing Slim's voice, hearing Slim's 400 voice, it was like, and Lil Psycho, for him to have to put the records together and the type of relationship and bond they had, you know, it was a process, because I say he had maybe, I say different percentages every time, but it might have been 40% done, you know, and we put it together. Me, Clayton, you know, and shit, the features that I got, that's shit. Clayton was the engineer, he helped put us together. Lil Psycho did the production on most of the project for the most part. But yeah, it was a process. Reached out to a few people. They gave commitments to hop on the project and shit. Just things happen. I done had a budget to get certain artists, and that's what that should be.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, it seemed like a lot of people showed love though, and supported the project. I mean, it was getting posted, around, and people,
Yeah.
people definitely, took time, and you got a lot of people to be a part of it.
I'm gonna keep pushing it.
Let's kind of get into where IceWata is at right now, as far as what the vision is.
We're getting ready to drop Lil Psycho producer album. He has a record with Slim 400, and Big Keys from Doughboy Cash Out, well, from the city of Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Big Keys is our guy. Him and Slim, they was working on a project. So it's a record we decided to bring up over there that Lil Psycho produced. We just signed Stackman Boogie from Oklahoma City. Him and Slim, they had a bond when we would touch down out here in Oklahoma. They locked in from day one, maybe 3-4 years ago. So that shit was organic. So I felt like it was my duty to finish what me and Slim had already started, and his homies already have that connection. So then we got Good Grind from Inglewood. He been knowing Slim since they was kids. Shit, he's a dope rapper. He got a laid back, Larry June, Nipsey type of vibe. Like I like his vibe, but he's his own person. But if I would put him in a lane with them type of rappers, Dom Kennedy, the Big Sads, that type of vibe. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. For
sure. So I mean the roster's expanding. It feels like
I'm assigned 2 more artists, so it's 4.
Okay. It feels like you make a point to, and it makes sense, kind of the way that y'all came up, like find like underdog type of stories and try to help them out. And obviously, like I said, the way that y'all came up, it makes sense. But why is that important to you?
The nigga Stackman Boogie, like that nigga really dope. Like if that nigga sucked, I wouldn't fuck with his music. Like I'd be like, okay, homie, like get better. That's what I tell niggas, and a lot of niggas don't like me because I will tell them, if you ask me, I just don't throw my opinions out there. I don't get online and I don't talk about no man. I don't do shit like that. Like if I'm asked about a situation, I'll give you my opinion on the shit if I feel like speaking on it. But some people, I'll never speak on in an interview, and just like them niggas hate me, I hate them too. It's regular. But I don't hate nobody, but I'm not gonna like you, and if I know you hate me,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't rolling on no green carpet for you.
Facts. For sure. Well, I mean, talk about, you just signed Stackman. That's, our guy.
The plan is to just take him to another level. I saw what he did on his own, and I felt what we could help him with and what we bring to the table, and it's organic. It's not like fucking with a nigga that I don't even know. I gotta get to know this nigga. Like, I've been around the homie, so it's regular. And he really makes good music, and he's hungry about it. And he's focusing, like he's the type of dude, he can multitask, you know what I'm saying? He could take care of his family. If he gotta work a regular job, he'll do that, and he gonna hit the studio after that. Everybody can't do that. Certain motherfuckers gonna go lay it down and make an excuse and feel like they entitled to something. Cause man, I put out 2 records 5 years ago. Fuck that.
Thanks.
That nigga got music in the vault. I'm like, yeah, you can put that out on your own, but we're gonna do this IceWata project. That's why I brought Lil Psycho down to Oklahoma City. You know what I'm saying? That's our IceWata in-house producer. He produced the Shake Back record with Young Dolphin Slim. He produced the Nerd Nigga remix with Game, Dave East, and Slim. He produced fucking records for RMC Mike. He fucking producing records for Jay Stalin, like, he's working. He even did records for CML. He even did records for Mozzie. You know what I'm saying? Like, the point of that. Like, really, like, we here, like, to this IceWata and the rebranding of it, to show people, like, we can compete and we gonna cook. And I don't give a fuck about competing, but this is what this shit is about.
Yeah.
We have to compete because it's all these other labels and entities, but we already established with our sound and our brand, and we're gonna keep it going.
Thanks. No, for sure. You said something earlier, kind of in passing, but it's interesting to me. I feel like I've heard people talk about, LA. That y'all are big on like the tap in, check in, like whatever that's called. And I feel like every time people from Cali have come here, they do that, and it's not like I feel like people think it's like a weird thing, you know what I mean, to need to check in with somebody, but. Kind of explain that, because that's, something that...
Because it's fucking killers everywhere you go.
Yeah.
A nigga go to a 7-Eleven, if you look at a nigga wrong, nigga will bust your head. And you dead in another state because you fucking smudged up your face, and that nigga had a bad day. He just was arguing with his baby mama, and he ready to kill one of you niggas. In all 50 states. You can be in the smallest to the biggest city. You better fucking know somebody where you go. You better know somebody. But and that ain't being scared, cause you can stay downtown, you can fucking stay in some nice shit, you can not go be around nobody, but as soon as you walk out into the wrong place, a homeless person can slice your fucking throat. Know somebody.
Facts, now for sure. So talk about the Big Cloud Fest, because I know that's something that you've been touring.
That started. Rolling Loud, y'all was not booking Slim. I'm gonna talk to y'all directly. Y'all was not booking Slim, and we was working. But at the same time, he had some shit going on, and shit, he was in the shit. You know what I'm saying? He was going back and forth with a rapper. He was, he didn't know why the rapper was, doing what he was doing and having rainbow hair and gangbanging. So that shit, like that stopped a lot of opportunities for IceWata, for real. And Slim, and that's the thing about it, when you go back to that checking in shit, he wasn't trying to punk the 6ix9ine dude. He just wanted to know what the rainbow hair is about. Because if it was on, you know what I'm saying? If it had something to do with the LGBT, that don't mix within the street shit.
Yeah.
It don't mix within the blood and the crippin', the hustling, the Latin Kings, the Sereno. It don't supposed to mix within, you know what I'm saying, the traditional. And this generation, I don't know. And I don't want to put that on nobody. And it'd be sad when these people, they play an image and they get exposed. You know what I'm saying? And they have these rags or something attached to that shit. That shit be like, nah, bro. Like, the integrity of the street shit, what it stood for. So when this internet shit came in and all this, and man, people getting too freaky on OnlyFans, and man,
yeah.
Chase your hustle if that's your hustle. Don't ever just do something for $1 if that's not you. But yeah, man. But yeah, we went through it. So
for sure, you feel like that. So I mean, that inspired the
Big Cloud,
Festival.
It was like, shit, we gotta get our own shit then, because that goes back to you can't blackball the street.
Thanks.
So I booked venues, and I would make Slim the headliner for most of the shows. Like the first show I ever did, I made Rucci. Rucci was the headliner from Inglewood and shit. Like, shout out to Rucci, that's my guy. But yeah. Shit, then after that, I made Slim the headliner for every show after that. Then I did a 420 show, and I made DW Flame the headliner. I had DW Flame, I had Teezy, and Slim was the headliner too. But yeah.
For sure. Another, I want to,
I had Big Sad too. I did Big Sad, one of his first shows out of state. It was in Phoenix. I did a show for Lil Blood. I brought Jay Stalin to fucking San Diego. I'm bringing Ed Dolo from QC. I'm bringing him out here. He got a record with IceWata Records that's about to go crazy. So this shit about to be crazy.
Facts. Yeah. When is the
July 15th.
And that's
no, July 14th. It's the 4502 Event Center. You know what I'm saying?
Gotcha. That's Brian. Is that? Okay.
Man, I'm at that motherfucker.
For sure.
My guy Reddy Red, it's his birthday party too. He one of the guys that you know got us coming out here too. So I got some other special guests coming out. Shit, you know, I'm hollering at styling. I'm trying to get styling here for that day.
Definitely. I mean, how do you feel about, you know, Oklahoma, having been out here and obviously coming from a bigger market? And
I haven't really been to too many shows out here. I saw a concert out here, but it was some comedy shit. I think it was Chris Rock was out here. I was out here.
Oh yeah, I went to that too.
Yeah.
With Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But as far, I like the market. The weather just crazy than a motherfucker.
Facts. You've been here in a weird week too. It's been hot as hell.
It was a blizzard too. It was a fucking blizzard, and I flew out right before the blizzard hit. That shit was ridiculous. I said, what the fuck? It was just regular the day before. But other than that, I like the people. I vibe with the people here. Everywhere I go, like I meet somebody. Like everywhere I go out here, I'm meeting people. So like that's a good thing. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't had like too many I ain't had no like foul interactions and shit. But like back to that, that goes with knowing people. The people that I do deal with in the state, they're like, nah, nigga, you can't go up over there. You want to go to Ice. And I've been there with Slim.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And fucking Stackman Boogie, he loves that place. You know what I'm saying? He shit, you know, he got some people up over there. I know they got hood ass studios everywhere.
Yeah.
I said, bro, yeah, you know, it's all good. You do what you do. But yeah, man, shit. The people I'm with, I gotta respect them. They some G's and they behind me in a certain way too. So I gotta play the game and fuck with them, you know. And take heed to some little shit. And I got a woman too, so like I don't care about like fucking on no bitches in these different cities and shit. I like money too. You know, all these bitches want money.
For sure. So I want to get. This is really damn near just on like a personal tip. I'm a big fan of Smac.
Okay.
And you know, kind of been following him the last year or so.
That's my guy.
For sure. How'd you get linked up with him?
Fucking, it's crazy. He lived by Slim Uncle in Inglewood. He had a house up over there. And him and Slim met, and them motherfuckers was inseparable. Like, always together all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Like, just, they two of the same type of people. So, I met him, you know, doing that, and he would be around me and Slim and just see us working. And I told him one day, I was like, hey man, you and Slim should do a podcast. And Slim was like, I don't know shit about that podcast shit. You know, and I'm like, Slim, bro, I'm like, I'm telling you, man, all you gotta do is be yourself. If you yourself, they gonna love you. Like, it's nobody like you, Slim. Like, all you have to do is be yourself. And Smac was like, you know, he just laughed, you know. I'm like, bro, like, y'all niggas, y'all energy would be crazy. And I look up, it was like, I think something that happened at No Jumper. Mm-hmm. And I saw a picture of Smac up there. I was like, okay, that's right. Like, he with his homie and shit. Then they put him on the couch for an episode, and it was gold. I was like, that's what the fuck I was talking about. I wish him and Slim could have did that.
Yeah.
And he made a post one day. He was like, yeah, you know, shout out to Mud. Like that nigga, like he was one of the first people that wanted me to do this podcast shit. And it kind of like went from there. Like we'd be chopping and shit, and he just like, hey man, like, shit, be my manager on this shit. Like I know you know what I'm saying? Like nigga, what you doing? I was like, I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm grinding, but I definitely can multitask. He was like, yeah, be my manager, nigga. I said, are you for real, nigga? Like, cause I know you got shit going on. I don't want to be the bad guy and shit, cause it was a whole narrative about that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It was a whole, you know what I'm saying? My name was on a lot of episodes of No Jumper and other podcasts. My name was shit going around and shit, cause people was like, where did this $1 nigga come from managing Smac? Like, cause we already knew each other. We was, you know, behind the scene. People don't even know who you know, cause I'm not, like I said, I don't get on camera and be like, I know this nigga from this hood and that hood, and I got these niggas in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's chestnut checkers. Everybody don't supposed to know your fucking hand. Or like know who your friends is. Just because me and you friends, I gotta tell you who all my other friends are. whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna bring people around each other that might not even click together, you know? So, like, yeah, but shit, we locked in. Then he had been doing the Better Living for a minute. Then we got into like the clothing game a little bit, and shit, we've been having a few meetings with some people. But yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you have any thoughts on kind of the last couple months, everything he's been going through?
I just tell him stay out the way, cause you're a star. Like, bro, you're a star. You can do anything, bro. You can do anything. Like, he did like some acting, and an artist that I manage, Bank Aaron, from Atlanta. He from North Atlanta. I just Smac did some acting in his video, and like it's been getting real good response. I tell him like, bro, like you're a natural. Like it's gonna be a lot of shit that you can do improv. We did the improv. We talked about the line, and he went and did it, and it was golden. You know, like just like that. Like, cause like he talk about like I'm not the best reader. Like, you know, I'm not the best writer.
But he's like you said, he's himself all the way.
No, most definitely. So when we had these conversations, like he listens, like he wants to, cause he know what I went through with Slim. Like Slim is a beast. Slim was a beast. You know?
Yeah.
That shit, like that's what I said. We went at it a lot, like in business. Cause I want the best for whoever I'm working with, I want the best for you. So I'm not gonna sugarcoat no shit, my nigga. Especially like we putting money into what we doing. We not playing with our money. We not playing with our time, cause we not promised. And these time and these moments, this is all we have in life. Like when you up out of here, it's gonna be just pictures and memories. You know, it's just pictures and memories. Like when you up out of here, like that's how it is.
Thanks, for sure. You have any thoughts on kind of the way things unfolded with No Jumper?
Yeah, man. Like,
I mean, cause I know
I've been around Adam.
Yeah, I know you dealt with that before with Slim a long time ago.
Yeah, I had an issue, and he tried to put my name out there too, like on some sucker shit. I told him to come up to the hospital, and he dropped the address on Twitter. I was like, bro, what the fuck is you doing? I told him to take that shit down right away. What the fuck is you doing? Oh, bro, my bad. Why would you do that? You wouldn't even ask me if that's cool? Like, why would you think that's cool? I said, they come get motherfuckers at the hospital, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this shit real. Like, it's not what you think. It's not a game. Like, so why would you even do that? And then when Slim had the interview and he told me he had a bone to pick with him, he had rescheduled the interview like 3 times because they were scared.
Yeah.
Then when Slim said, I got a bone to pick with you, there was a lot of people in the office. They got the fuck up and got up out of there. Cause Slim had some dogs in there. You know what I'm saying? Like he had some niggas like, and shit, cause he was still in recovery mode.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but he was like, oh, whatever you need, bro. Like, we got you, you know, for life. You know, he apologized to him and shit. You know, he had his little sarcastic ways too, but you know, whatever. He's Adam, whatever. But if you say you got somebody, it's free to post shit. Yeah, you charge because you're a company, right? You're a marketing, whatever, podcast, media company, right? So if we got the cash, let us post the shit. Don't, when we send the music in, you deny it and don't even let us pay if we want to pay for the promo. It goes back to what Ralphie Nail went through. Like, what the fuck? Like, come on, bro. Like, you telling niggas shit, like, we gonna hold you to that shit. Like, it's a code. Like, that's like, and some people, like, I'm one of them people, like, if you tell me something, I really go on your word. And within this industry, you can't go on people's word that let's do lunch. That shit is wicked. You ain't gonna do lunch. You ain't gonna see that motherfucker for a year, and he gonna tell you the same thing when you see that nigga a year from now. And that's how it's gonna keep going, unless it's just really some organic shit, like, you know. But when you hot, everybody wanna fuck with you. When you hot, everybody wanna fuck with it. That's cool though. So that's what it is. Just grind, get my team hot, get my label hot, get my brand hot. Keep coming with new ideas. Your team being innovative and trying to bring more people into what I'm doing. Like, it's just me. I pay for everything. Like with IceWata, it's just me. Like, I don't have no investors. I got motherfuckers that talk about what they want to do, or, you know, I have meetings. I listen to people, but I fund everything.
Yeah.
Like, and but I want runners, I want interns with IceWata, like shit like that, cause like, yeah, it's time to get a compound building, you know, so.
For sure. So, I mean, kind of let us know what should we be on the lookout for as far as?
I got a 420 show at Caviland. That's in California. That's in Los Angeles. That's our dispensary with the company Caviar Gold. That's who we got the IceWata strand through. The IceWata is doing great. I met Ice Cube last month in Seattle. That was inspirational. That shit like that, like motivate me to keep pushing and going. I got the big clouds. I got the tour coming up. We got different cities and states. Phoenix, Atlanta. We doing Atlanta, the East Atlanta Treehouse. We doing that August the 12th. June 16th, we got the IceWata Comedy Jam. That's Slim 400. His birthday week is after that, so we celebrating his birthday at the IceWata Comedy Jam, and we bringing Stackman Boogie out there. You know, we gonna chain him with this IceWata shit. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, shit. But in the meantime, shit, he doing a couple visuals. His album dropped July 13th. We ain't thought about his EP. We ain't thought about no album title, but I'm sure it's gonna have something to do with Oklahoma, cause that nigga love y'all.
Facts. For sure. I know you had mentioned a while back, so a couple more tapes probably from Slim's catalog, right?
Yeah, we got a few projects. He got a whole project with Herminator,
Okay.
the producer from Sacramento. He got a project with Big Keys. It's only like 4 or 5 songs. The project with Herminator, it's like an 8-song EP. Yeah, he got other little catalog too. But them is the projects that I have.
For sure. I think you mentioned YG was trying to help you put together something, right?
YG probably has 2 albums of Slim. YG has a project with Savoy Loco and Slim. They did a project, so you know.
A lot of music out there.
It's music.
For sure.
Most definitely.
For sure. Well,
you know, people got to get that whole love forever. You know what I'm saying? They really got to get in tune with that. Like Slim got a crazy record with Mozzie on there. You know what I'm saying? He got a record with Casey Veggies. He got some really dope records on there. You know what I'm saying? Ed Dolo's on the album. You know what I'm saying? It's dope.
Thanks, no doubt, bro. Well, I appreciate you, taking time out of your trip to come sit down with us.
Maybe, yeah.
Excited to see, especially what you got going on with Stackman.
Nah, man, like, I'm really, like, more than anything, like, what I'm doing with Stackman, that's like, yeah. It's like, I just know the potential. You know what I'm saying?
For sure. Well, like I said, appreciate you, bro. We'll have to tap in next time you're in town.
No, most definitely.
Thanks.
A1.